Yep. So I haven't. I'm not super. I'm gonna figure it out before tomorrow. It's on here. It's fine. I'm gonna figure it out before tomorrow. But we might do like threesomes because of how much equipment we have to go around. So we might have to do foursomes. Hopefully not, but we'll figure it out. So that's tomorrow. Tomorrow is work day, so it'd be good for you to bring a computer. Today we are going to. Oh, that's going to be. You're going to have to write up the plan for your project recipe. You're gonna have to write that up. Tomorrow we'll have work time to do that, and then on Tuesday when we get back, it's due. Okay.
Tuesday's right.
Yeah. No. Tuesday the recipe is due.
We cooking here? Yeah.
Yeah, we're cooking here. Yep. Tuesday's when the recipe is due, and the plan is due, and then we'll be cooking it on the Thursday next week. Yep. Because you guys don't need to do shopping and such. So what I'm trying to say is today we are going to cook. We're gonna make some handmade pasta. Also, Ava is gonna maybe, if she remembers, take the gelato out of the freezer. Probably right now-ish. You want to? Do it right now. Yeah, that'd be good. And then I'll give you a little rundown of how we make the pasta. You'll make a pile of flour. That's maybe, I don't know, maybe put another 1.5 of these right here. Okay? We're just gonna do 2 more of these. Because we already have more than enough right here to work with. This is the last class made this. But maybe, yeah, just do 1 cup. Do 1 cup of flour. So this is a 1/2 cup. So 1 whole cup of flour, and then make a little, make it into a volcano instead of a mountain. But that space has to be big enough for for an egg to fit in. So you crack an egg into this hole, and then the whole thing. Yep, the whole thing. And then take a fork. Yes. And just. Oh, was there no chocolate?
Yes, there was.
Okay, put one of those away and get
Leave the big one.
Yeah, so we are going to crack an egg into this and then use a fork to just like whisk it. And what we did was, who was this? You guys? All right. What we did was, we made a little bowl out of the flour, and then the egg is, our batter that we're making, and eventually it turns into a dough. So just like whisk it, and the sides of the bowl will start to disintegrate and turn into the dough. And you grab one of these spatulas, and as it becomes more and more, like spread out and messed up, just use this to scrape it, get it all into, just keep it in an orderly little shape. And if things drip out and come out, just keep it coming together with this. If you end up needing a little bit more if it needs a little more moisture, just pour a little water from that little measuring cup over there. Pour a little water in there. But it'll take you a little while to knead it until it's consistent in it has a good even consistency. So I'll tell you 2 things. The tools that I bought for this class I bought them because they're super versatile. A knife it can do a million things. But of course, you could buy 1,000 Ronco products. No? No. Gizmos for the kitchen, you know, like it slices, it dices, it does 2 things, but not 3 things. You know, something you can like dice an onion in 3 seconds. But then that's the thing that only just dices an onion in 3 seconds. That's the only thing you can use it for. A knife you can use for 1,000 applications, right? This is good for stirring. It's good for, don't do that! It's good for stirring, don't do that. It's good for cleaning our tables. It is good for cutting dough the other day, scooping it out.
Yeah.
It's good for like scooping up cookies or whatever. Should we make some cookies? Maybe something like that.
Italian cookies.
Maybe. So it's good for all those things. Right here, it's good for just kind of keeping your stuff together.
You can grill with that.
You could totally grill with this. Make pancakes with that.
Oh, yeah.
So, but I got like a handful of items per station, and they're really universally useful. Maybe they're a little bit slower, but they're really useful. The reason why I said that is because this is useful for this. Oh, there's another thing. Nope, forgot it. Here it is. So, you know how gluten gets a bad rap? Everyone's like, oh, gluten's the silent killer. Everybody hates gluten. You hear that?
I don't like those people very much.
Well, the ones that are like celiac,
Yeah,
you
okay,
forgive them.
there's-
You forgive them. But I want to tell you the virtues of gluten. It is part of the wheat, and we need the gluten to make the bread like stick together, become like a stretchy and chewy thing. You like that consistency, and that's the gluten that's coming through. All the gluten-free everything you bite into, it's all crumbly all the time. Everything's crumbly if it's gluten or if it's gluten-free. So, what happens when you let it rest is this rising? Why not? Why isn't it rising? There's no yeast. Well, yeah. But the air doesn't happen because there's no yeast. But it is resting because there's moisture in there, and all of the little particles of flour are absorbing all the moisture, and the bonds of the gluten are kind of coming together. So then it makes it more of like a structure, and it's more stretchy and chewy, which you like. So gluten's a good thing. That we're using only all-purpose flour, but if you get bread flour, that has more gluten in there, and it's going to be more stretchy and chewy and have nice consistency. So right here, we're just making that. Then you can, when it turns into something that looks mostly consistent in texture like that, just got to knead it a lot. Then you can wrap it up in plastic wrap. And then, what do you say? What are we doing? Over here, you can chop. You can cut these into dough balls into thirds, 3 equal parts or so. And I want you to roll them out a lot. Okay, so. Roll them out a lot. If they are thick, if the thickness is really, you got a lot of thickness on your noodles, they're going to be kind of like too chewy, and they'll stick to your teeth. You've had that, you don't prefer it. It's like undercooked noodles. It's just kind of like a lot to manage in your mouth. You don't prefer it. So cut this into thirds, and then make them as thin as you can. If you can squish it down and it leaves like a dent, it's not thin enough. And when you're doing this, it's just you don't need a lot of flour. You just need enough to make it not sticky. So you never want like a pile of flour on this stuff. You just want it like just lightly floured on every as you're going. Yeah, the donut would be good.
Yeah, why are we making a donut? Why are we making a donut?
I want to.
Oh.
But the fryer is I'm not sure we're going to be able to, but we'll try.
Someone do that on their own?
Hey?
Homemade recipe?
Yeah, we could do that. Maybe.
I can bring
You'll see if it goes along with the criteria. So anyway, we're gonna cut that in thirds, and then roll it this way. You want it to be long. You want it to be long and thin, if you can help it. So try to encourage it to be long, but it doesn't have to be. Roll it this way, and then turn it and roll it the opposite way. It helps to just turn your dough, so then it will be more consistent in its thinness. As thin as you can go. I can come and help you test it, but it just needs to keep on going thinner. Cut that in thirds. And then you can just push all the pasta aside. Try to keep it with a light dusting of flour on there. Yep, so that's that. And then over here we're going to make some sauce. What do you think we're gonna start our sauce with?
Tomato sauce.
No.
Water.
Start. What's the first thing we'll put in there?
Water.
Heat.
The pot. Oil.
Any right answers?
No. Water.
Oil would be a really good guess because you want to start with some sort of fat. All the time, you always want to start with a little fat. Butter would work.
Fish.
Milk's not very fatty, but
Bacon.
butter
Oh,
or
bacon.
oil.
Bacon.
Would also work because we've done that before. Another thing that would work: the sausage.
Oh.
So this time we're going to use a little sausage. You're going to do the little toothpaste in there this time again.
Out of that.
Yes, sir. So you're going to put the sausage in there. Cook it on kind of a lower heat. Yeah, thanks. Cook it on kind of a lower heat because it gets kind of crusty on the bottom of the pan. Sausage. And then while that sausage is starting, you need to be like most of the way done with up to a half of an onion. You could go a little less than that probably. And then quanto basta garlic. However much garlic you want to put in there. And then the last thing you put in there is some kale.
Ooh.
Chop up some kale. And then toss it in there at the last.
We gotta go get them?
The last. Yeah. We'll get it. We'll get it all together.
No, I'm talking. We gotta go get kale. Kale's a versa. I wanna eat. Funny guy.
So we want to put the kale in. So kind of the idea is you start with garlic and onion, usually, and then you want to cook the thicker stuff next, and then the next thickest stuff next, and the last things that you're putting in are going to be the most thin and easy to quick cook. That's the kind of the general idea. And then we'll make a roux. Anybody know what a roux is?
She died in Hunger Games.
yeah.
Oh no. What?
Oh.
Yeah, she got shot.
Oh.
Spear.
Say it right answer.
Like a soup. It's a
Okay. That's a really good idea. A flour in some fatty goodness is kind of the answer. So we'll put a little dusting of flour all over the mixture that we just cooked up, and then that will turn it into too dry and too thick. And at which point you'll be putting in milk and/or half and half to make a cream sauce. Make a thickened up cream sauce. The roux is the magic that makes gravy. If you've ever bought or had known anybody that's bought gravy in a jar or sauce in a jar, help them understand that it's so much better to make your own meat, take the drippings and turn those drippings into good gravy, and make your base like we were going to, and then make a little roux, sprinkle a little flour on there, mix it up, pour some liquid in there, and it turns it into like thickened up nice sauce, like tasty sauce. Yep. What they put in those sauces and gravies is they put like coloring and like liquid smoke, and a bunch of just like artificial not.
Yeah, what is
Yes.
it on our burgers? It's good.
Yes. Yeah, I mean it's good. It's just like not the whole thing. Or I like to use whole
It tastes like
ingredients.
smoke.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
it's
yeah.
actually smoke. It's actually smoke that they liquidized.
Yeah.
We can talk about that later.
Yeah, whatever.
Anyway, so you might somebody help Ava scoop that ice cream in like 15 minutes or so, and because it'll be soft enough for you to scoop it into those clear cups who are over there. Buongiorno. Yeah, thanks. Buongiorno. That's right. Yeah. No, they're just taking the Lord's name in vain, which I'm not super keen on. Okay. Yeah. So that's it. This is our cooking station. This is our pasta station.
Pasta.
And whoever's helping
Cooking.
with the gelato
Pasta.
can just deliver to the people. Take an order of who wants some chocolate and who wants just vanilla. The other thing is this will be a little bit of a tight schedule. So keep on asking me questions like, is the water boiling for the pasta?
Can
Or-
look.
it's probably hot still, but I need to get it warm. And then ask me questions like, hey, should we start cleaning up yet? Hey, I don't want to stay after class to clean up, so can we clean up now? Or you could just actually keep picking things up so it'll be faster later. Follow? Okay, don't ask me where anything is. I don't know. You can figure it out. You guys are smart people and you kind of know that everything's over there. Good? I think I gave you all the instructions. Who's gonna go get the sausage?
Yeah, me and Bauer.
I'm gonna go wash my
I'm gonna
hands.
make
Good deal.
Is this like a team effort or a group effort?
Oh, just do the same foursomes.
Okay. See.
But maybe
Two and two.
we're gonna need a fair amount of people rolling out some dough. Yep.
Cool. Yeah, Kieran,
You can
do
wait
the
like
sauce.
15 minutes on that
Wait,
because
so
it
do
needs
we-
to soften up a little bit.
Do we not need to put an egg in the flour then?
You do.
Yeah, you do.
You're gonna need some eggs.
Are they back there?
Yeah, only 2 eggs. You don't have to bring the whole thing in.
So we're cutting
I can
this.
just grab
Correct.
two eggs in my hands.
Can we just roll this out?
You can roll that out.
Like that?
No, yeah, cut it in thirds, thank you. There's one that's open.
Oh, can I just use this then?
Yes.
So we don't need them.
You need 2 eggs, one for this one and one for that one. We'll make those. We'll make all that pasta though. We're just gonna make additional pasta.
I would love to cut my onion.
Yeah, just make sure it has enough flour so that it's not sticking. If it's sticking a little bit, more flour. D.
Only time I'm gonna buck you, maybe.
Okay.
I need a glove.
Oh yeah, they're back in the kitchen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
We'll find you an egg.
Yeah, the eggs are in there.
Two eggs.
So we need a cup of flour each. No, two piles that are 1 cup each. That's half cups. It's 2 scoops.
Okay. So you do.
I'm trusting you. These are my eggs. One of them is
Wait. Oh, not true. One is Jack. Yeah. Here we go. I make cold.
No, Bauer works out like that. I'm better than Bauer.
Make it big enough for an egg, y'all.
Can you give me a little bit of
Oh, it's true.
I have more certification.
What?
Find the sausage.
Fit a whole crack of like
Got
a
it.
little bit bigger than you think.
I got you.
Who needed a glove?
Well, I don't need it anymore.
Nice. It's all healed up already.
No. But it's good enough for now. It'll still be like a month.
Yeah. Didn't Izzy want one?
I'm just not touching.
Okay. If you want a glove, it's over on my cart.
Okay.
Look at that.
Good job.
Look at that.
Thank you. No, you can golf.
One sausage link per thingy.
Okay. Pork?